everybody, and welcome back to the live stream. It's Covenant Live. We're here playing some Sorcery Limited today. We're going to do 2 packs of Arthurian Legends, 4 packs of Beta, just like I guess that's kind of the standard limited format that's going around right now.
Is that really true?
It's happening at Midland Mayhem in Joplin.
And that's
Our
part
buddy
of the
Pete is running that one.
Explorer series?
Explorer series. Whoa!
Whoa.
Hey.
Where are we getting that from?
I've gone to heaven.
Where's that coming from?
I think it was coming from...
I think you probably
No, I got my
speakers.
I got my headphones.
The thing.
You may not know that it's weird, but it is weird here today in the studio.
Oh, that was
because
crazy.
sounds are coming out of things that shouldn't have sound.
Turn that off.
We normally have a monitor so we can see the chat and people, and I can't do that right now.
Do you think in heaven it's just your voice echoing?
What is happening?
I think that's hell, actually.
It depends on who you are, I think. Some people love the sound of their voice. You know what I mean?
All right, listen up. Joplin, Missouri, Midland Mayhem, like a 3 to 4 day sorcery event. Or you can come.
Is it at a campsite?
It is, but it's like air conditioned and stuff, and you can get in there. It's a normal thing. It's not like everybody Boy Scout.
So there's people that camp, right?
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
And if it was at a camp, if there's a sorcery event at a campsite, you need no more.
We need to talk to Kevmo about that bad boy.
But the people putting this on know there are people like me.
That's right.
Who are
dainty.
I've definitely been described as dainty, all my life.
They wear all black to hide their daintiness.
I think, I just need some intensity in my life. But I think it's not even, I know people that are worse that won't camp. I'm not in that category.
No, there's no camping involved.
But they know that if someone like me hears that it's at a camp, anything.
It's a campground.
The first and only question I will have is there air conditioning?
Well, what I assume is, so if you're looking to rent a space that can hold a lot of people, or a decent amount, I think it's 32 seats, I'm going to guess the lodge at a campground, and Pete probably does like all that stuff anyways, probably tuned into that community and maybe does Boy Scouts and stuff, probably is like, you can rent it for free. Like they probably don't even. It's like a $5, and we're not even using it. So have 32 people and enjoy.
I love the idea of that.
Yeah, and it'll be beautiful.
Someone saying we're not even using it, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Some people might see that and say we're not using it, so let's find a way to make money off of it. But that's very charming if true. Yeah.
So I think Pete's even arranging some flying people in from the, not flying people in, but picking them up from the airport and bringing them into the thing. So anyway, most, if not all people will likely stay at a nearby hotel or whatever, and they will come in the morning, they'll camp. Stay there all day, and then they'll leave. Or I presume you can camp. I guess Pete maybe can answer that question. But if you're within, I mean, we're within 4 hours of there, and I was trying so hard to get some group to go.
You were.
And I got bailed on 1 time, I got bailed on 2 times, and then Zach was the final bail on 3 times.
I've said it forever. Have you been bailed on once, or you've been bailed on twice? You can count on being bailed on thrice. But I really wanted to go to this. Do you have this phenomenon going on? So we as in me and my wife, we have a daughter now.
Yeah, French.
And she's like 9.5 months old. And that makes things slightly more difficult to do or attend, whether it's that event or other things in our life. But it was like all of a sudden, everyone in our families, and we have large families on both sides.
You do.
Was
unruly.
Immediately just saying, oh yeah, by the way, here's all this really important things, all these really important things going on in our lives in May, specifically.
Yeah,
and as a new parent, now I start asking questions. It's like, is this what May is like? It makes sense. It's the end of school. So I have a niece who's got a hip hop recital. She's like 8. She's been in hip hop classes.
Got to do that.
I've got
the singing.
A different dancing.
It's the dancing.
I've got a different niece who is in like an orchestra.
Yeah.
They're doing that thing. I have my wife has a cousin kind of nephew who is graduating high school. And then you keep going down. And then because these things are happening, extended family are coming in from out of town. They like haven't met our daughter.
Yeah. And
so it was almost just, and there's Mother's Day. That's it.
Yeah. That's why you need to leave.
Well,
go to Joplin and you don't have to do any of that. I mean, it's already on the calendar.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do?
I put it in there already.
Anywho. Is that happening to you at all?
No.
It's exhausting.
Dude, I live out in the middle of nowhere in a very tiny house, and I try to stay quiet. And we have small families comparatively, like tiny. Compared to your extended family, it's like not even close.
Yeah.
I've got 2 nieces Is that what the cousins are? No,
Yeah.
they're cousins.
The
They're
cousins.
You
What
have-
are my cousins' kids called? Cousins.
You have
Is that-
2 nieces in Tulsa, and
Niece would be your kids.
You've got a nephew. I've got a
Or-
nephew from you,
you
right?
got an nephew from me. What? Yeah.
You're the
Check
nephew.
it.
He's
Siblings produce nieces and nephews.
Jonathan made the nephew.
Great. Is it like once removed kind of a
Just cousins.
So
Your cousins' kids are your cousins. They're
No.
just.
Are you
It's like a
second
fourth
cousin?
cousin.
No, you can't
So
do
second,
that.
first cousin
twice
would be
from
your
me.
aunt or uncle's kid.
First cousin is my aunt. or uncle.
Genetically,
Yes,
it's as
Scott,
close
yeah.
to you as you can
Scott
get.
Heather. Got it. Okay.
They basically have half your genetics.
Mhm.
So then, second cousins is a quarter. So if your first cousin had a kid,
Okay.
or
Those
if
are the ones we've got.
that
My first cousin had 2 kids.
that would be your second cousins.
Two cousins.
Yeah,
Second,
and it's just
yeah.
about how much genetics do you share.
Okay, I've got 2 second cousins and I've got a nephew.
Yeah, and then twice removed and all that kind of stuff is like what happens if your third and your fourth cousin get married and have kids.
Yeah.
And they may even be from the opposite ends, like your mom's side and your dad's side, and then that gets really confusing.
Because when you think about it, mom had 3 siblings. One of them had 2 kids. The other 2 had no kids.
Correct.
And then dad had 1 sibling who had no kids.
Yep.
So
That's with
it's a
nothing.
family of wisdom.
Yeah.
And also, our family places a pretty big premium on leaving people alone.
Yeah, too much a lot of the time.
You know, for as long as I've known you guys, things are making a lot more sense.
Every time I look at that monitor, it's like I try to hide my neck.
Why?
I think I've
Yeah,
said
why are you
that
doing
before.
that?
I don't know.
You've
It's
got
like
a great neck.
I've always been told that.
I've always thought that about Steven.
You guys
great neck.
You guys think Zach needs a gold chain to offset all that black? I was thinking about that.
This
today.
is almost a Mandarin color.
I have a gold ring.
This is like a stand-up.
Maybe a
set now.
pinky ring. You could rock a pinky ring. Pinky ring and a gold chain.
I do wear a pinky toe ring.
Look at that. I could
Just kidding.
carry a plate.
But you'll
around.
never know because I've always got shoes on.
Yeah, so if you're anywhere within, honestly, if you're anywhere nearby Joplin, even 3-4 hours,
I'm glad we didn't lose the plot.
I was thinking about just seeing if Shannon and Piper wanted to drive with me to
Yeah,
Joplin on a Friday night. Because I would love to go play Sorcery.
There's
I would love for you to be there when I pitched that idea to Serena.
It's just a day.
It's like,
How far?
What
How
if
far
there's-
is Kansas City from Joplin?
What if we're together?
I guess it doesn't matter. Piper's a little baby. It doesn't matter because
She's
Great
9.
Wolf Lodge is in
Kansas
Kansas somewhere.
Joplin
It's like
Joplin
a
is about
great-
halfway between here and there, but a
Yeah.
little out of the way. You know what I mean?
I only know
There's-
Joplin because of the weird commercials.
There's plenty.
They do have weird.
I know
Just moving
Joplin
on.
because it is a really good pit stop when you're road tripping that direction. When you're in Chicago or Indianapolis
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. It's like you always stop there. They have they have all the road trippy kind of things you would normally do.
Yeah. Eat, sleep.
Nah, it's like, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, etc.
Your road
gas
trips
station.
are
Zach defines himself in one sentence. My Apple Watch said I should go to Chick-fil-A. And
I mean, you know. Am I wrong? Do you not drink Starbucks on a road
I'm
trip?
still considering going, is what I'm saying. I think you're out.
Man, maybe I'll just tell my family I'm sick.
There you go.
Sick of
They'll
seeing
never be
them.
able to know.
Sick of seeing them.
But
There
don't
it
you
is.
think if Serena had a buddy that she would be down to go to Joplin with Willie?
I don't know, man. She's
At what point do you need to shake somebody out of their comfort zone, you know?
baby steps. Literally. Yeah.
So you're probably not going. Jonathan's not going.
Not going. I'd love to.
Robert said he was out. Phil Upperbody is in like Mississippi or something.
Something with an M.
And beyond that, I just don't like long road trips with even familiar people, but not like really tight people. You know?
Man, I have experienced some weird road trips on the way to tournaments.
There
You
you
sure
go.
have. You sure have. Hey, you know what, Justin? We should talk about that. Let's talk about it.
That would be
There it is.
Cool.
Let's
You
talk
just
about
you just explained your road trips with people that you're.
So, I know Justin enough. I've been to a diner.
Yeah,
with him.
where's the okay? You've been to a late night diner.
I've been
with
to a
him.
late night diner.
Diner and Vegas.
That-
I mean, at
yeah.
that point.
That Seattle diner was a special moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So Justin's in Dallas probably then, right? And so drives 4 hours, picks me up, drives 4 hours. But I only want to do Saturday. I would do constructive, but nobody wants to get home on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly late Sunday night, and then you got to work Monday morning. You know.
Yeah, I'm I try to have a day at home in between a trip and working.
Yeah.
whenever possible.
Yeah, you can't though sometimes.
Sometimes you can't.
And then the question is, do you leave Saturday? Like, what if you actually are good, and then you have to stay into like 8, 9, 10 in a finals or something?
Yeah.
Theoretically, what would that be like?
Dang.
I've never experienced that. And that, kids, is why you don't take your wife and kid.
Man, Austin, no, you can't do that. That's crazy. That's like a 12-hour drive for you.
A long way.
Yes, this is correct.
Long time. There's gonna be a Sorcery Channel get together this year. Yes, it's an offshoot of Sorcery Con, one of the many groups vying for the official Sorcery. Well, I guess they've done a pretty good job of it with Erik coming in. But Sorcery Con, Seattle, Unland Cup. You know, so it's like a sequel.
I think if I had more of a heads up, or if it wasn't immediately after May, both of those things weren't true, I would have been very inclined to go to that event. Last year's Sorcery event
to go to
in Seattle. I'm trying to verify if this is true.
Why are you not going?
It was a highlight. It is just very poorly timed for me. It's like the first weekend of June.
Oh, so you're like always busy?
No,
That's what you're saying?
No. Literally the last weekend of May, I've had scheduled to go to Des Moines forever for the Alpha Clash kind of national championship event.
Right.
So I'm already.
Yeah.
That's happening, and then I think it's literally the next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, a trip to Seattle is a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot of social capital with the family to go to Des Moines. It's like you're doing what?
Yeah, what?
I think it's here to come to Seattle with you. You guys could fly with Lily for the first time.
Upside. Maybe I'll have you present this idea to Serena. The upside of Des Moines actually is that it's a drive.
No.
It's like 5.5, 6 hours.
Really?
It's crazy.
I had no idea it was
so,
that close.
Ian's picking me up on the way to Des Moines.
Would Ian want to go to Sorcery?
Maybe.
Is he down for that kind of random stuff?
Yes, and he doesn't have children.
Ian. Hold on a second. I'll text Ian real quick.
Ian's goated. He'll also ride it. He'll roll with you to lots of things.
Yeah, let's just do it live.
Also, another thing that's been on my schedule for a long time, and this will come to no surprise to you, is the weekend before Des Moines, I'm actually going to Oklahoma City to a Galaxy Con. But mainly I'm going because I'm going to go meet Sting. This is last year he retired from wrestling, and I went to that. And this year he's doing his last ever, conventions, meet people, sign things, and when he goes to sign things, he has a face paint on and the gear and stuff, and it's like a whole thing. And this is it. He's officially retiring across the board. And it's in Oklahoma City, so how could I not? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool. What else is going on? Dragonlord?
Yeah. A lot of almost information.
Yeah, I feel like you know things that I don't about that expansion, so I'm not even going to say anything about it. Aside from the fact that I think it is the freaking jam.
Did they say when?
No. Wait, no, yeah. They said Gen Con.
Okay, great.
Yeah, they said it's available at Gen Con.
Yeah.
See, this is a professional, this is how we can do this.
Mm.
You don't tell tales even in the office, You got to hold all that partner information, and you can't even tell me sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
We probably covered this before on stream, but I like surprises. So I am in a position where a lot of times I'll have information that no one else does, and that can be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a strange thing to know things. Even I recorded last week. We had I was gonna say Alpha Clash here, but we had Ridge and Garrett here, who are the creators of Alpha Clash and Rising Empire Studios. And I was doing podcasts with each of them, and it was somewhat of a strange experience because I had to get in the mindset of knowing nothing, even though I know a lot of information.
Suzuki Rishi there.
And
it's in my beginner's mind.
That was an interesting experience to try to understand, engage in a conversation, assuming that anyone else listening to it has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
But yeah,
we feel for you.
All that to say, Gen Con.
Gen Con Dragonlord is going to be available. We will have some available after the fact. We've said as much. It will not go through the booster box subscription. There's a simple heuristic we can use.
Oh man, Steven speaks. Hit me with it, baby.
Simple heuristic. Is it the thing that the subscription is for by the words?
So this is like a decision tree, right?
Right.
If not,
Yeah.
what happens?
Typically, we'll just sell it a la carte if we have access to the product.
But it's definitely just not coming through a subscription.
Or we'll create a new subscription.
Okay, so
for the
Dragonlord
thing.
is not a booster box.
It's not a booster box.
So
Ergo,
then-
it will not be through the booster box subscription.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
But I love that people are asking that because it means that they're so hands off with acquiring their products,
Yeah.
which is how we like it, that they want to make sure that they don't miss it and they would like for it to be automatic, which is nice. But you also have to balance, like, of the people who signed up explicitly to get booster boxes, this is not that. So
Yes.
you can't just charge people and push that on them.
And you have another confounding reality,
It's
which is
not
why
many we're
subscriptions
getting.
serve the thing that we say they're serving, but is some people get 1 box, some get 2, some get 4, some get 8. And so even if we were to serve it, I'm assuming the average person that's getting 8 booster boxes of every Sorcery set does not want 8 Dragonlord
Eight
sets.
Dragonlords? Yes.
And even then, yeah, that's just crazy.
I think it's so, and this is truly the right word for this, rad, this thing. Because it's a blast from the past in the right way, without just being like overbearingly cashing in on nostalgic tropes. It's taking that, and Erik is so good at this. This is why Erik understands how things should go. It's understanding the soul behind why things of that era were so awesome, and then doing it in that spirit. So you look at the Dragonlord logo. I would never have designed a Dragonlord logo that looked like that. But the fact that it does look like that is just like, it's freaking perfect. That's exactly the way it should look. And the fact that, as I said in the Discord, it looks like the kind of thing that I would pull off of a video game rental shelf and be jacked to go home and play.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Like,
Absolutely.
that's the kind of stuff that, faster horses problem. Erik's building cars. You know what I mean? That's why I have so much faith in him, and I have so much faith in Andrew together, those two guys most recently. And listen to the fully indie, now it's like Rich and Garrett. I'm like, oh, you guys are, people are tuned in, man. We're choosing some good folks. And the Ashes doing 400, 500K?
Crazy.
What are they doing?
Crazy.
That's nuts. And then Warlord eventually will put out their first set.
Yes, they will. Let me tell you this. And seriously, talking to Rich and Garrett last week, you just really start recognizing I'm around this all the time, and it still just hits you how hard this is.
Yeah.
Like, to do any of this and to make it go well at all. And then there's 1,000 different things you have to be good at to make a card game. And that's just making the card game.
Yeah.
That's not
kind of the easy part.
the rest of it. Yeah.
That's hard, but it's maybe the easiest, at least up front.
Yeah, the thing about that is, I mean, technically you have to outsource the art to a certain degree, but most of that you're just in control of.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to start working with other people. And that
is the problem.
is hard.
It's always other people.
That's the problem.
that's
It's
the
always
problem.
somebody
People
else.
are the problem.
It's not me.
There it is.
It's them.
We found it.
That's what I've been telling you for
Anyways,
years.
I am stoked. You know how I feel about dragons.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Steve was
Did
about
you
to
see the
take that in
Dragonlord
his own
avatar?
hand.
I did.
I think it's fantastic.
I did too.
People are sleeping on stuff, man. It's so good. And the fact that you can change it every game. You just choose one from your deck.
Mm-hmm.
And so as long as you have a few unique dragons in there, you can be like, oh. And then now we got to decide, do we know when you know your opponent's avatar?
I have no idea. Usually when I see it.
Yeah. Because like I
But
feel
I
like
don't know when that is, you know?
I feel like you would need that information before you chose your little dragon ability. Because like otherwise it's this classic problem of if you have people around that are telling you what people are playing, then you know going into the game, and now you have an unfair advantage against somebody that doesn't
the
know.
fortunate thing is that as a game, not really overly, and this is not 100% true anymore, I guess, overly concern yourself with tournaments.
Yeah.
If we were playing a lot, it's like, you don't really even need to tell me. It's like, I know the decks that you're brewing and cooking, and even a local meta. Like, if, in my experience, most of the time with local metas, people are on a certain kind of deck for a while, then they'll switch to something else. So I just, as someone who loves dragons and loves surprises and chaos, a dragon avatar that at the start of the game is like, you don't know what I'm doing. I really dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's good. Did I see
And Ed Beard crushing it.
Junior,
I should say.
people were talking about foils.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know what that's about?
So all that we know, based on the description given of the product, is, and this is all that I know, so I don't know what you know, but it's 13 unique. Here's what I think it is. I won't put words in their mouth. I think
I've got the article up.
it's 13 unique dragons, right?
It contains 13 functionally unique dragon-themed cards and a premium foil card randomly selected from each set.
So I think it's probably 8 dragons, 4 egg cards and supporting cards, 1 Dragonlord, and then 1 foil, which we don't know anything about. Now, you would think it's one of the 13 cards randomly is foiled.
The only thing that's for sure about what Eric's Curiosa is going to do is that nothing is for sure.
I have a 100% chance of the following being true. It will not just be sometime like one of the 13 cards is foiled. That's what it will be 95% of the time. But they're absolutely going to do some kind of curio thing, or like a random foil that's crazy, or like 1 out of a million is the Dragonlord foil and it's different art. There's going to be something.
Imagine if there were like 10 unique Dragonlord arts.
Just you gotta collect them all. Well,
I mean, I'm just saying, literally unique. Like there's one of that one.
Oof, like the One Ring? Listen to this, though. This took a long time. And I know it doesn't take that long for Ed to paint 13 paintings.
Mm-hmm. Steven's got some tea brewing.
I watched the play-by-play of the painting. I think...
Is he like painting in the corner? Where you can't
the,
see him?
the paintings wouldn't have taken, this is probably 2 years in the making. Probably.
I think it's more.
Maybe more. So did we need 25 paintings for a 13 card?
I like where your head's at.
I don't know, man.
We might find ourselves doing the Everfest golden ticket reality where we're overhyping this, and then it comes out and it's like it is actually just one of the cards randomly foiled.
Well, but they could say that, but we'd still think that maybe, because they don't acknowledge curios.
Yeah.
So until we open all of the possible Dragonlord boxes, we don't know that there's no curios in there. Which is why Cold Foil Heroes is going to do that.
It is... How do you feel about collectability in a fixed product?
That's great.
You like it?
Yes, absolutely. It's lovely.
I'm a little...
As long as it's not functional.
I'm a little uncomfortable with what will be my personal behavior.
But I feel like it does the right thing. Depending on the price point, I guess we'll see. But it adds a fun thing about getting a fixed product, but it doesn't encourage somebody to buy 1,000 of them to maybe hit something. Like, I just don't think the economics of that would work out, depending on, like, unless it's a $10 box. It makes sense for like booster packs because there's so much value that you can try to find. But no, like I don't think maybe you buy a couple and you're like, oh, what foils did I get? Or maybe like you can give one away as a prize and it still has some of that value to people, where I already have the dragons, but what if a foil I hit might be interesting. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's great. I don't think this is the kind of product that people are going to try to buy 1 million of them. There's just no way the expected value is going to be high enough. Or it will be. I don't know. I don't understand people anymore. It's like that digital clock on that range. Drives me crazy, Zach.
I'm glad we got to this.
Did I tell you that?
That's the stove talk.
Did I tell you that?
You were working on it while I was working on this.
The number one thing that I wanted in a range was not a digital interface. I don't want electronics near my heated stuff. And I don't want electronics at all. If you need a time, give me a clock. If I need to set a timer, I've got a phone. I don't need an oven to be everything for me, right? I don't need it to connect to Wi-Fi.
Need it to be an oven.
I don't need to get on the freaking Wi-Fi and be like, start the oven. Like, what am I doing with my life? Millions of years where we didn't have to, not millions, a lot of years where we didn't have to do that. Why?
A little hyperbolic.
There's just certain things, Zach, are just because we can, not because we need to, or because they're actually worth it.
I mean,
it's more stuff to break. It's cheaper to make. It's now you got bits and boobles in there.
Bits and boobles.
Just turn the knob, thing comes on.
I agree.
Anyway, so I was looking at one race and I was really jacked about it because it had a little circle with like an old school clock in it, and I was like, oh, that's nice. It's a little clock in there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it tells you. Maybe it's not even. I couldn't see it very well, so maybe it's not even a clock. Maybe it's a little thermometer that tells you the oven. That'd be nice. And then, Jonathan, can you believe this?
Can you believe this?
I watched a video of them demoing it, and it's a digital interface that shows an old school clock.
Oh, come on.
And that then changes when you turn the function knob to bake, broil, etc., and what temperature and all of that.
Why do you
It's
think
a hidden digital interface?
Why do you think that's so egregious to you?
Well, so number one thing, it adds complexity, in my opinion, for no reason at all. I think digital things in in devices that are very manual ultimately and have not needed to be digital just add things that break. It's like ice makers and fridges, water dispensers. I've got a stove, or I've got my laundry machines, what do you call it, washer and dryer right now. You know, the old school ones, you turned the thing and you pulled it out and it started. Now I've got to press the deet, 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 and guess what? One of the buttons stopped working.
Can't fix that.
So what do I do with that? It's not like a gear that I change, or it's not a little ring that needs to be. It's a whole new motherboard. Cool. So I think they're pushing it on the manufacturing side because what we do know is that actually at this point, digital interfaces like that are cheaper than actually building components.
Brent's comment is speaking to your soul.
What did Brent say? That's it.
The wild thing is that when you get in a super premium version, the tech
That's
goes
what I'm
away.
saying. Because you can make some dumb, tiny motherboard for zero money and stick it in something, and people are like, ooh, it's high-end, it's fancy. No, it's cheaper, and it's more prone to break, and you have to replace the whole thing whenever that happens. Same thing with cars. I don't want... Get it all out of here. I hope this is a movement.
My car has a lot
This
of
is why
tech.
Sorcery exists,
My
my
car
friend.
has a lot of tech.
This is why Sorcery exists.
But also, like...
Don't put a QR code on a card. It's the same thing.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah. And it can't even break. But what they can do is not ever make that app store or whatever that they were going to do, which is still a little bit amusing to me on the altered side.
Oh, I was like, what app
All
store are you
these
talking
QR
about?
codes and everything, and then the marketplace isn't even, and it was like 2 years, and that was the whole pitch. But I digress. That's why I want hand-painted art. I want a game system that is chunky, and I want to sit down at a table with another human being and play it and lose myself in that world. And then go back to ranting about washing machines and ranges because
They can't take that away from you.
they can't take this away from me.
They can't take
Don't
it
try
away.
it on
These
me.
are my cards.
This will be here forever.
This is real.
These cards are real, and those paintings are real. I like real things. I think I did find a range that has a manual readout though,
That's good.
which is nice. And
I'm
it
still
doesn't
looking
even.
for a car that has manual windows anymore.
Yeah. Hey, we got to talk about the Amazon truck. Have you seen the Amazon truck?
No. Wait. Which one?
The company is called Slate, I think is the Slate
Okay.
company. Anyway, it's not an Amazon truck, but Bezos is like a 60-70% investor. That number is made up, but I understood it to be a majority shareholder.
Yeah, right.
And what this truck is, Jonathan, you love this. Oh my gosh, it's like a shipyard in Escape Velocity. So the base model is primer gray, like all manual windows, no radio, no speakers.
Oh, a truck by Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, by
Okay.
a Bezos-owned company.
Yes.
Right.
Bezos invested company.
And this is probably like the nuts and bolts, most fundamentally basic
That's it.
economic option you can
Yeah,
have.
and it starts at like 20 grand. And then whenever you order it, you have an option of like 300 to 400 different add-ons. And then the whole idea is that you develop a giant aftermarket of all things that you can slot into and or alter and modify with this thing. So like you can say, hey, I don't want speakers, radio, music, etc. This is just like a farm truck.
Right.
I'm just gonna order the 20,000. Maybe I'll upgrade it to like 4-wheel drive. Maybe I'll upgrade it to a bigger engine, like all this kind of stuff. That has me excited. I love that idea.
That's in some ways it's surprising, in some ways it's not. One of the things I was going to ask you, because you were earlier talking about a stove that is just a stove.
Yeah.
And nothing else. And there's a certain, even when we're talking about the higher end you get, the more focused it becomes and the more less technology there ends up being. Would you rather have that or a front to back and designed car product experience by someone?
I mean, if it's devoid of electronics and has manual windows, I would love it if somebody just made a truck and then it was fundamentally exactly what a truck needs to be, without all the bells and whistles, and it could haul stuff. It had 4-wheel drive. It could get in and out of sketchy places. If they did that and then they launched a parts online shopping website where anything that goes down and can be easily repaired, easily replaced, nothing is tucked behind weird stuff in the engine, compartment. You can easily change the oil. You can easily access all the things that are maintenance-based things. You don't have to take it into a shop to do all of the fancy garbage. You don't have to run a computer to tell you what's wrong with it. If somebody was doing that, yeah, I'd be into it. But I think the only way that I can get simplicity is by having somebody launch a bare bones thing that they think you're going to upgrade, then you just don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the idea of all the customization upgrades is like, I don't really want that.
I went maybe 3.
Yeah,
and
maybe you only do pick 3.
Yeah,
like maybe the average person only picks 3, but I could see that getting exhausting really quickly.
Pretty cool. Worth noting also, Brent said the Altered Marketplace did just launch.
Okay.
So, cool.
So you can register, buy, trade, sell, print?
Yeah, and it's something, I'm the wrong guy to be talking about how the digital marketplace works, as you can tell. I'm going to pull out some packs so you can touch them for a second.
Dysphoria says, so a Model T.
No, I don't want a Model T.
A little bumpy.
Yeah, I want something like...
Still want suspension.
It's kind of more like...
yeah, let me get this one going.
You know how like the Aztecs or I think it was the Aztecs, like mastered, you would know more than I do, Jonathan, mastered like stonework.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just like going down tech trees that aren't chip based.
Right.
I like...
So not silicone.
Yeah, like things that are easily made and repaired and lifelong things that you will have. Like, I would love it if there was a washing machine that I would have for the rest of my life, just like cast iron pan. It would be nice.
That would be nice.
I guess I could get a hand cranker.
Sorry.
You could.
Greg saying Toyota released the BZ3X electronic SUV in China for $13,300, trying to corner the Chinese auto market.
Very nice. Way to go, Toyota.
So what's the 4.2?
Yeah. Do you want to shuffle them first, or are you just gonna...
3. I don't know.
I'm gonna pull from various parts.
Yeah, let's mix these up. We did it.
And Brent, you were talking about a framework laptop. I've seen that as well.
What's our avatar situation?
I don't know. Use. We probably.
Here, hold on, Jonathan. Before you get that camera set,
we'll use the old spell slinger.
The old.
I've got some.
Yeah, we have them over in the shelving unit. If you give me the guides, I will line this.
I will.
Puppy up.
Or we could play. Let's say.
Oh, hold on.
Temple?
Check it out. Look at this.
Speed Queen. Yes, I've heard about Speed Queen.
Okay. Hey, everyone on the
Hold on, let me write that
chat,
down.
just close your eyes for a second.
Ian's gonna be in Dallas next weekend.
He's out. Quick response though. Well, looky here. It's gonna be bad for this, but I got Archmego. Perhaps.
Well, you can play anything you open.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's not
gonna be good in this format. Okay.
Woo, that ain't right.
That's not that far off, honestly. You're good. I just made it work.
I think
I
think you can play. I think you can play any of the avatars except for Sorcerer.
Okay.
Druid might be a little busted and sealed also.
Druid?
Let me, you need anything that you need here? You want a protein bar?
I'm good. Good. Thank you, though.
What'd Julie say about the protein bar? Is she like
6.5 out of 10 stars. She has a Quest peanut butter bar that she's...
Well, I mean, I think she's pretty sold on Quest, so
Yeah.
you can't, once someone gets that deep,
Yeah.
we look forward to that film that the Quest bar leaves on your palate. Can't really stop
Unmistakable. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Look at this pack. So, Leap Attack.
Oh, hold on. I'll put it on.
Yeah.
Leap attack good.
So it's just bangers in this first beta pack. Leap attack. Able Spine Pikeman. Royal Bot.
You see what pikeman?
Able.
Okay, yeah,
Alba.
that's evil. I'm with you now. Sorry.
Royal Bodyguard. Common Sense. Get rid of the blue cards. Amazon Warriors. Cave Troll. This is actually really crazy. Spectral Stalker. Vile Imp. Like, these are the who's who of
Yeah, that's all the good cards.
Palaberry Bats. And a Dark Tower, which is actually really good when we're not using those sites based. That is a insanely bad beta pack.
Got it.
Ooh,
Really, really bad cards.
All of them?
No, look, let me. You don't need to pop these, Johnson.
These are gonna be bad on camera.
So in a single beta pack,
Okay.
Dark Tower, which is actually a good thing to get now.
Yes.
Palaberry Bats, Violent, Spectral Stalker.
Wait, you're saying this is bad?
It was one of the best packs I've ever opened for limited.
Okay, good.
Cave Trolls, Amazon Warriors,
Oh my dear God.
Common Sense,
Oh,
Royal Bodyguard.
my dear.
Leap Attack, and Able Spine Pikeman.
I think I would try to play every one of those cards.
Absolutely. Agreed.
That's because that Earth, you're gonna go Earth so hard.
Well, I was going Earthfire before I opened any pack. So now it's just locked in.
Actually,
Zach, you can scoot that playmat down.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll line her up.
meantime, Waypoint Portal.
I like that one.
Nope. Stormy Seas. Sonic Blast. Oh, King of the Realm. Now that is a little bit of a bomb in limited.
That could be a problem.
Can you get to 7? That's the question. If you do, it's kind of a win condition. Can you get to 7 and draw it? Fade, good. Rain of Arrows can be okay. Belmont, Apprentice, okay. Critical Strike can matter. Muse, probably not. Dead of Night, Land Survey. These are good cards. Plumed Pegasus and Palaberry Bats. These are good. And also got a tower. Nice Liz.
A quick question here.
I guess I'll do this like I'm actually doing.
I'm just making a stack and then I'm sorting in a second.
Look at that King of the Realm, though.
Yeah. He's regal.
Looks awesome.
I love King Arthur based on that king. It's just one of my favorite things.
Yeah, the fact that
Yeah.
it just invalidates
So
that
I'm
king.
the king now. Look
That's
at me.
really good. Man, Finville Muse. How about that? That's a card.
It's a blue card, so I ignore it.
If I get a bunch of Shelly codes in these packs,
Then you're in.
it might matter. All right, let's do an Arthurian Legends pack next. First Key Red, Squirrel, fine. Whirlwind, probably not. Tournament Grounds, uh-oh. Overbearing Bailiff, no. Tax Collector, fine. Wall of Brambles, whatever. Band of Thieves is playable. Castle Servants, Blacksmith Family, oh no.
How about Amazon Warriors?
Yeah, good job. You did it.
I'm the captain now.
Just a rock. Funny card. Really, really bad in this format. All right, 1 water card in that pack. Interesting. I've got a big stack of air at least. I guess that's worth something. I totally zoned out on comments, John. Any comments
just
worth
this
having?
one. And Justin already answered it.
Blacksmith Family.
Fab Rock New York saying that playmat is dope. Is that from the Kickstarter?
New York.
Was it from the Kickstarter?
Yeah,
I don't remember where it came from.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
it was.
Justin's sister does.
I just remember
Ooh, and
it showing
a
up.
beacon and a lone tower.
So
That's good.
we're using the draft pack that came out alongside Arthurian Legends, right?
Yeah. 2 Just a Rocks. Ugh. Garbo.
Why is it garbage?
Every possible reason that you could, every way that you could value cards tells you that card is bad. Especially in sealed. Like maybe, I mean, it's only possibly good if they print super overpowered cards like Ring of Morrigan, but even then you still have lost the exchange.
I see.
The rest of your deck has to be so much better than the Ring of Morrigan player that it still overcomes.
So you're saying you don't like it?
I think it's horrible. At best, you have lost. But that's just me. I mean, I'm hardly a... Ooh, and a summoning sphere? Dang, dude. Air pool is getting good here. How about Purge Juggernaut out of nowhere?
That's a card. You gonna play it?
Maybe, actually. It is a card. Put it up here in
It is a card.
the card pile.
In
Blink? I'm Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
I thought you were Steven.
Mudflow. Okay. Fine. Looks good in foil.
Most of these cards look really good in foil.
Oh,
How do you feel about Hamlet's Ablaze?
It's similar to like a rock, just a rock. Strong as I could be. It could matter more in a limited format because you could truly put them off their threshold forever.
And then it's bad news beats for them.
Yeah, and which would matter, you know. Ooh, pulled a Poison Nova. Get out of town.
Does the RMOS Mercenaries discard a random card rather than pay the mana's cost? Does that get around threshold?
You may discard a random card rather than pay the spell's mana cost. No. Still a cast.
So you'd have to have 2 reds.
Yeah. Dude, grapple shot, bats. I don't think I'm going to be able to go King of the Realm here.
That's a bummer.
You'd like to see me struggle through trying to do that. 2 Stormy Seas, though, thank God. Stone Gaze Gorgons. That is pretty tempting.
It's a good one.
And a Border Militia, pretty tempting. Longbowman's still good. Cooper. Lightning Bolt, Firebolt.
What a deep cut joke.
Highland Clansman, playable, and we've got some good sites. Interesting. Okay. First of all, eliminate your threshold generators. Rule number 1. I don't care what Erik thinks. That card cannot see play. Snow Leopard is playable. Highland Clansman.
Man, I love Roaming Monster.
Good, yeah, me too. Lightning Bolt, good. Jonathan, should I put Fade in the great stack or the good stack?
I like Fade a lot. I mean, giving things stealth that aren't supposed to have stealth is a big deal. It's also, notably, a card that will win you the game.
That's right.
Which is important at Death's Door to have those cards. And it's pretty good otherwise, and it draws you a card. I see no downside.
Basically, it's the best card.
What I'm trying to say.
It's the best card next to Gorgons.
I think this is going to have to be a rush deck, my man.
Aren't they all?
You know, actually, I may have the most amount of stealth that I've ever had in my life.
He's swimming in stealth. How do you feel about the Redbreast Robin?
I don't value cards like that very well. I just don't do it. My brain is wrong for that. I think it's good. I think we've traditionally undervalued early game value in Limited, you and I in particular, because 20 health is not a lot. And yeah, by the time you're playing your Amazon Wars, if you're at 2 or something, it doesn't matter nearly as much. So I like it.
Because you can just get it where their avatar is and they start taking 1.
Isn't it 1 to the site?
At the end of your turn, each other unit here takes a damage.
Yeah. It's more like you can clear out foot soldiers, you just move into the space. Actually, would they be able to? No, you can't intercept.
I'm just picturing this little Redbreast Robin like eating the foot soldier somehow.
And if you're around the avatar, sure. Yeah, you can do it that way. It's also like a kind of a cheap Vile Imp kind of effect. It's like if you Vile Imp and then move the Robin to the thing, you can kill a 3 cost with no attackies. It's that kind of stuff, I reckon.
We said Just a Rock was unplayable.
Yeah, I mean, it's playable. It's playable for sure.
Justin agrees that Fate is easily one of the top 10 beta cards. Air beta cards.
One of the top 10 beta cards, Fade.
Right there.
Can you pull fade up?
Oh, air cards. Well, that's fine. No, that's within. Okay. See ya.
Sinking it.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
How do you feel about maddening bells?
I mean, it could be a cool build around in Constructed. I think it would be a very fascinating limited deck that would use it, but it could exist.
It's probably bad.
It could exist.
It's probably bad. All right, let's make a pile of cards that we're definitely including.
What's a basic ability? This is one of the Sharana. This is like a
which one?
90s card game.
What card?
Sisters of Silence, non-basic abilities. I think a basic ability is actually attack and cost and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
But it's not an ability, guys. Where's the rules team on this? Justin's in the chat. Why are you calling that an ability? No, in no card game is someone's attack an ability. Is it?
You're asking the wrong
It
cat.
seems like they're just saying silence. It's just they didn't write that at that point.
Yeah, definitely. But also, an ability should just be anything printed on the text box, right?
Mm-hmm.
A basic ability should be a keyword.
Silence is deafening.
I'm not the rules guy. Ever.
Do you think a bailiff at 7 power in your back row, unlimited? Yeah.
There you go. Justin's got you. He's there.
What did he say?
Move and attack, pick up, drop, defend, intercept are the only basic abilities.
That's not an...
Steven.
Justin, every other card game, those are like framework actions that a minion can do or a unit can do. It's not an ability. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's a conversation in Discord somewhere that makes it make sense.
There's a fascinating interview I heard a long time ago about how different languages process different things.
Mm-hmm.
And like in this one language, there's no word for the word rights. Do you have the right to do something? The only thing they could translate it to was ability. Which is very interesting.
Well, there you go. That explains everything.
So, there it is.
How many cards do I have to play?
24-12. Great. Even if that's not right, I feel like that's what it should be anyway. Black Knight. Dang it. Can't play it. Firebolt's good. Incinerate good. Wall of Fire, no. Critical Strike can be good. Beast of Burden can be good. Poison Nova. Phenomenal. Heat Ray.
I want
Excellent.
Sling Pixies to be good. Are Sling Pixies good?
Yes.
Limited, maybe?
I love this art. Vasily. It's borderline
Sling Pixies
impressionist.
are good.
Range 1. Ping, 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 ping. Hard to kill.
And isn't there something about 4 power or something?
Doesn't take damage from units with 4 or more power. I can like block. And
Yeah,
then
you can
not-
block big
not-
stuff. That can be okay. Okay, you know what's happened here? This deck, this is why Sealed is the bomb. That's what's happened here. The reason that I say that is because this Sealed Bowl has 3 critical strikes and a ton of stealth. So the idea of like stealthing something over to your avatar and then striking it for double damage that you can't defend is kind of what this deck is trying to do now, which is sick. Double fade.
I don't know that I would have picked up on that if I had had your pool.
Yeah. Well, it probably won't work, but it's something. Oh, and look at those single threshold fires. Oh, those bad boys are here to... That is a great little single threshold. Warhorse, Heat Ray, Poison Nova, Incinerate, Firebolts. That is worth 1 fire. Lucky Charm. Any random outcomes? No. Well, 1 Lightning Bolt. Not worth it. You're probably going to adjust a rocket anyway, right?
Just a rock.
Just a rocket? Okay. Next question. Do we want to go farther?
I don't. Can you? You can't play Hamlet.
No, I can't.
Not
can.
you, but like, that seems wrong.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Just giving up a threshold for a resource. We're gonna be top decking by the end of this.
I think, well, depending on your threshold spread, I guess I'd say.
It's wide.
Cool. Okay, well, this is looking like a little something fun.
It's looking fun. I have a gift.
Hey, thanks. We do have, I mean, having the king with a frontier settlers and a land surveyor is pretty solid. Kind of some rampier looking stuff. Let's just,
Fab Rock, New York City. How do you think Dragonlord will affect the meta?
You know what? I think it'll be a deck that a lot of people play.
That will have an impact.
An avatar that comes in with a different ability every time that you can tailor and choose. I think it's going to be super strong. I mean, we don't know the abilities yet, but
I'm excited to know.
Yeah. I'd like to see the dragons, and I love the art and the idea of it. It's very cool. Can also anybody in the chat, can you please let us know if we hit a curio or something? Because I'm never looking for it, so
a lot of them are pretty obvious.
Ring the alarm. Man, I've got some easy thresholds.
Have you opened a curio yet in your time in the sun?
If I could have any one of them, it would be the water castle by far. I mean, can you imagine? That's like my. It's got to be my number
water
one.
and a castle. It's got that texture behind it.
Yeah.
The text, you know.
It's everything I really want, honestly, in the game. I'm not jealous at all of.
I think if I could
everyone
just materialize any curio, it would be that Unseelie Court half-finished sketch card. But that's partially just hearing Liz talk about it. It was like
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are going King of the Realm.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of is Mudflow in Earthside or is it? It's neutral. Is it neutral?
Neutral.
Yeah.
Dang. Out. Also, not what you're looking for here.
Are you doing 3 threshold over there?
Yeah. I think for sure. All of this on the table is 1 threshold.
Goodness, really?
Yeah. So like Beta's really kind to you on that.
Not Stormgates. Stormgates 2.
Yeah, no, these. Barring these.
Oh, you were covering them, not selecting them. I gotcha.
Yeah. I'm on 3 colors as well. I think that's pretty normal in beta. That was my go-to when we were back then. We were using the Sorcerer plus the kind of basic sites, but that partially was because those sites are just so powerful to have access to all of them: the air resource gain, earth, foot soldier, and fire damage. But even still, just to have enough of the things you need to have, bodies and removal, basically, it's hard to go 2 colors. And most of the time, you don't have a lot of cards that are high threshold. So.
Okay, so I don't think there's any world where I'm looking for 2 fire sites just to play a single harassing ruffians. So it's out. I've got 2 generate foot soldier sites, which is good. I'd like to see both of those.
That is powerful.
And then the other question is, do you ever see double air? I think I'll go heavy air, earth, and single fire. And I've got to do 12. So I probably do like a 3-4-4 spread. Is that 12?
3-4-5?
3-4-5. Yeah.
You can go 4-4-4, or you can go.
I'll go 5 earth because that's where my double threshold really matters. I want to try to find my way up to the king.
It's a shame you didn't get my Royal Bodyguard.
It is a shame.
I feel like with Band of Thieves, if you don't need them, because you have stealth generation elsewhere.
Yeah. I'm kind of light on bodies, man. Like extremely light.
A 3/3 with stealth is not a bad thing to have.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like a mid-sized unit with a powerful interplay. It's like, grapple shot, I hate that. You have that.
Just the 1.
And 2 blinks and a lightning bolt. Oh no.
Yeah, the air stuff is good. But like what you're really looking at is you've got these 3 Dead of Night demons, 2 fades, 2 Band of Thieves.
Dude, that Pegasus is also
Pegasus, yeah. And so I think I'm gonna run the suite of critical strikes and just
go for it.
See if I can get in there.
This is a good game.
Yeah, it's so good.
I've played Sorcery in probably since our last stream, which was like a month ago.
Yeah.
And you just, if you're watching and you're not playing Sorcery, you're sleeping on it.
Mm-hmm.
You are sleeping on it. This has got the goods in different area codes.
It does have the goods. I'm willing to say that.
It has the goods.
Absolutely.
I've seen. I understand why someone might not think the art is for them or the game is for them, but if there was a lane that was my preferences and tastes, this is dead eye center. Even the positional element for some people that play card games, that's not great, but I love it. It's so good. I'll be back.
I wonder. Yeah. I'm gonna play Summoning Sphere. Of course, I'm gonna play Summoning Sphere.
Great.
Okay, but look at all these fire cards. This is crazy. I'm so body light right now. It's actually a problem. I've got to do 24 cards. Okay, so I really probably want 15 or so bodies. That would be ideal.
You still leaning into stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's 14 bodies with what I've got showing. And King of the Realm is really just a walking spell. And then I think I'll try to get these Band of Thieves in here. I don't think I'm going to wreck myself too much on that. Keep my ramps in. I still think the longbowmen are playable, especially with blinks like I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is my problem is going to be card draw. I'm not going to have enough card draw. Because we don't get Sorcerer anymore, right? Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. I probably need to cut from my 2s here. I'm probably going to cut 1 Palaberry Batch. Zach just said Skirmishers and me on top there. What a fool. Demon has stealth. Bats have airborne. Burrowing maybe matters for Barry. But let's stick to the stealth theme. Bats are out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we get 9 spells. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. And then we're over on our, do we actually want?
You know, we were talking about this exact phenomenon before the stream.
No way tactical move is in. I wish it was. Incinerate, I don't think I've got space for that.
I love how serious you approach building your decks.
Thanks. Summoning Sphere. Honestly, I love Summoning Sphere, don't get me wrong.
Uh-oh.
In Limited, with no card draw, spinning a card that just allows you to summon your opponent's stuff, I don't think makes the cut.
Do you have any charge?
1, Highland Clansman.
Yeah, probably not worth it.
If we still had Sorcerer as a viable option in Sealed, I would run Summoning Sphere.
This art is so creepy.
Mm-hmm. It is creepy.
I agree with you. I agree.
All right, so we've got 4 cards that want to get in.
How many cards you got?
This is my 24 is face up right now.
Not counting those?
Not counting these.
Oh God.
I know.
Well, you want to start piling up the cards you're definitely not cutting?
No. Is there any card that Critical Strike should become? Our little stealth minigame, I think, is over. The dream is dead.
The idea was there.
If I could get 2 critical strikes, I would feel pretty good. What are the 2 weakest cards here currently? I think I could cut like bats, another bats, or a Dead of Night Demon. And I could maybe cut a fade. That's a pretty conditionally... I don't want to see a lot of those. Like 1 fade can usually be what you need. What if you stealth that Gorgons?
There we go. What if you bring that Gorgons in on a...
Yeah, it was very good. Fade's very good to me.
You could also summoning sphere those Gorgons.
You have so many of these cards that draw cards.
The reality is that Critical Striker is not better than any card on this table.
That is the problem.
If anything, you're cutting 2 Band of Thieves, but then Critical Strike is infinitely less good.
Yeah, I agree.
The only thing I could argue is that I need Critical Strike as a removal spell to trade 2 cards for 1, and that's just not it.
Like
the Longbowman? No, it's not the Longbowman because I got blinks.
These are close to me. I think
Frontier is way better than Land Surveyor.
Look at that, Sue.
Get to King of the Realm. Yeah, that's kind of why they're there. That's why they're there.
Well, Frontier Settlers is definitely better now that it's not expected that they'll have deserts. Because the worst thing, he can't tap on the turn he comes in, right?
That's right.
So he's worse if you play him and I just immediately take him off the table than Land Surveyor, but he's better otherwise.
It's basically you get a foot soldier and you get to draw a site and play a site for free. That's 2 taps of your avatar. That's crazy.
Yeah. Land Surveyor has the same stat line except for less threshold, but you always draw the site no matter what.
Yeah.
And you can choose where to play it. But
that's really just a free... It's really just a free foot soldier because you're trading a spellbook card for a site card. And with us doing Spellslinger, actually drawing sites is better than losing a card. Yeah. So I'm actually cut Land Surveyor for sure. Does that make sense? Does that theory make sense?
Of those 2, yeah, for sure.
Well, just because if I draw this and it draws me a site, I would rather use my sorcerer or use my avatar to tap to draw a site than potentially draw this at the start of my turn to draw a site, wasting a card drawn.
Yeah,
which is no good. It's just a 1-cost body. It's kind of like Apprentice Wizard in that way. That gives us 1. How about 1 critical strike? Just there when you need it.
You know what you could do? Put 2 in, go to 25.
No.
Don't even care about it.
I could also do Border Militia.
Border Militia is popular in chat.
Border Militia is good.
Popular in chat.
It's a great card. We'll go to 25.
Can you pop it? Yep. Now you're at 25.
It's typically about 3 foot soldiers. 2 to 3 foot soldiers.
Yeah, I think that's a good card. A Golden Eagle card saying Wildcats.
Dude, Land Surveyor is Garbo in this format. If we were playing Sorcerer, cool. Right?
I don't know, man.
Tell me why. That's what I want to know. If people want to hot take it, tell me the theory.
I think people are saying the immediacy of Land Surveyor, if you're out of sights and you play it, and you get to do something with your avatar, versus...
But what's that something?
You get to play the site.
Yeah.
Whereas if you play Settlers, you don't get the site. You get to play it. You play it the unit this turn. You get the site next turn. So that one lets you get the site this turn.
Yes, but you're also... I mean, this is a card that could be a useful card, but instead it's a site. Is really what
Frontier
this is.
Settlers is also the same. But it gets you. It nets you.
It nets you an additional action on top because you don't have to tap your avatar to play the site that Frontier Settlers draws, right?
Yeah.
Which means that your avatar can instead tap to draw a site. So you now have gained 2 sites from Frontier Settlers. You only gain 1 site from Land Surveyor. For the same exact...
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. Not me.
I don't
Not me.
understand that math.
I'm not in the
it's
chat.
simple math, right? Is that how much compression are you getting or not? You're trading 1 turn for twice the compression. It seems good to me. I don't know why is that so curious? I'm not going to play him on the front row. I mean, if you've got a spell that comes down the infield and kills something of 1, that's fine.
Angleworm saying loves both.
Yeah. Well, Angleworm, we go back. I listen to Angleworm quite a bit.
Who's your most trusted sorcery source? Do you have a go-to there? Like in
Jesse?
Netrider, you had
Probably
Jesse.
I look at Zalem's deck list a lot. He's kind of my like Dan Dargenio. I just want to know what like the.
He's like the floor of like you start getting good here.
Well, it's more like if I need to test against competitive deck lists, that's who I will look up to see where they are. Because I remember he did really well. I think he won the first Gen Con bout. Okay, we can also just run both. I think the Angleworm was suggesting running both.
Porque no los dos.
Justin says to run both. That actually makes me a little less.
Yeah. I know those people in some games.
You know.
It's like, in
They're
fact.
also their bodies. Their bodies.
Their bodies. Let's just cut Critical Strike. Get it over with. Put Lancer Rare back in there.
Romance is gone, everyone. Romance is gone. We're back on the value train.
Okay. They're gone. We almost... I mean, do you feel like really good limited players would just lean entirely into this theme and just say, I have a deck that's built to do something explicitly?
When you say really good, can you really good like they're good at winning?
Yeah.
I don't think they lean into any theme. I think they lean into winning.
Right, but they just play, you're saying it's just doing the good cards. Because somebody told me that Erik drafted a deck that was all the threshold generators and then like 17 leyline hedges. And then he just drew 17 cards.
Erik?
Yeah. Erik of the Curiosa.
Erik of the House
And
Curiosa.
that's a different way to think about how to play this game. He played no threshold generating sites. Just generated threshold from his dudes.
It was constructed or was limited?
This was draft.
How many ley lines did he get?
Like 16 is what all of them.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like he built the set so that you could do that. And then he was like, I'll do it because everyone's just distracted by a 5/4, you know?
Yeah. Distracted.
All right, so I'll give up the dream and then we'll move on. And I need 1 fire threshold for 4 cards. So, but these are good sites.
You have sleeves. You want me to get you some sleeves?
Did I cut? No, Band of Thieves is in. So I'm gonna do 3, 4, 5.
There's your blue for your deck. I'll get you red for your sides.
Thanks. That's really nice, handy. Is this the?
I just have this deep desire to actually play.
Yeah.
So I have to help.
That's overrated. Did we cut? Is Critical Strike the right cut?
No one's sad about it, apparently.
no one's putting up a fight.
No.
Justin saying
Your sights are in red.
the families are good for drafting sealed a 2 power body for 2. Justin, I've got 3 Detonite Demons, 2 power body for 2 stealth. I've got Pyrobats, 2 power 2 with airborne and burrowing. I've got a Lancer Ray that's drawing me sights. I've got a Warhorse with charge that can carry an ally. I don't need a blank vanilla.
But it's not blank.
It's not blank, but why are we playing sights if not to generate threshold? We have to do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't play those cards.
Well, I saw that you had a Skirmishers and Moon on the top of your deck, so I don't have any questions about how this is going to go, buddy.
That's a single card.
And I saw your beta polls. You have beef. You're starting your Arby's sealed journey here.
Yeah, just look at this pile of terrible cards.
In general, but like in general, if you need to run a 2/2 vanilla body, you're not winning the tournament anyway.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's not.
I'm just here to generate shorts, Jonathan.
Yeah, you're doing
That's a
it.
new question.
You're doing it.
My new mission on any of this is ask Steven questions that I know will just inevitably turn into a short. could I ask him about?
Okay.
You think Sorcery should make an app for playing Sorcery?
I hope so much that they do not. So much.
Would you play if it existed?
No, I would not.
I don't know.
I probably would a little bit.
I know you. I would maybe just a pinch. Just a pinch.
If it was like Talishar, where you could be like just entirely degenerate on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there would be nights where I would have a deck idea, I would build it, and then I would go into the arena.
There are two wolves. Let me tell you a story about the two wolves.
The problem with those queue for a game systems is that you're playing as other people that are just like building weird stuff because they're up late at night building stuff, and so you don't actually ever get to see if any of those decks are good because you're playing against the guy that's got like, you know, Purge Juggernauts, Blink, Burrow deck, Candlemoss Monks, and it's like, I don't know.
I remember
Is this any good?
queuing up for games on Talishar for Fab, and then it would be, you know, it populates and it's like, oh, they're playing Kano.
I'd quit. I'd leave every time. I really would. I'd just leave. I don't need to see this. There's no testing I need to do here.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Did we get Border Militia in? Let's
Seems
find
like it.
out. 5, 6,
Squire Lap saying I'll take a 2 for 2 over Critical Strike like 8 out of 10 times.
8, 9, 10.
Man, it got cool in here.
11,
Yeah. I need to go out. I need to go out anyway.
12,
Oh, you're just getting your.
Yeah.
You want me to crank up the heat?
I don't care.
13.
How are you dressing appropriately?
I'm a little chilly.
A little chilly.
14.
I came in a little warm,
15,
and now I'm like getting goosebumps.
17.
I'll be sweating before the end.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Ooh, that takes us to 25.
You're gonna find out a lot about yourself right here.
I'm cutting the bats.
Oh my god.
You don't have any berries, do you?
Mm-mm.
Bury me with my money.
You need something? Need more blue sleeves?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I need one more blue sleeve.
I was testing you.
I'll cut a demon for
You
a
know what I'll do? I'm just gonna put this blue sleeve, extra blue sleeve here.
I'm not doing it, man. I need to get to that King of the Realm, turn this game around. If I take control of your skirmishers, ooh, can you imagine?
Just turn that one in.
Oh, man. That's like my win condition, actually, I think. Okay.
Even Steven?
Oh, I like when I do something and then Angerworm's agreeing with me. Yes, even Steven. Odd.
Odds odd.
Odds odd.
It's my little health tracker down here.
Thanks. Great.
All right, 3 and 3 and mulligan 3.
No, 4 and 3 because you got the Spell Slinger.
It's 4 spells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Download that.
Somebody once.
Okay.
The thing is too, like, it's so easy in card games to get stuck in old ideas that you haven't challenged in a while, or that the meta as a whole hasn't challenged, and then if you just think a little bit differently, you realize that the entire sealed format changes. Like, maybe Critical Strike Stealth would be great. You know, every time you see certain cards, you're like, that's a good card, but like, in the context of the whole deck, is it the best card you could be running? That's what I think about sometimes, as I'm losing. Four cards. Do you mulligan anything?
Yes. I mulligan 2 sites and 1 spell.
2 sides, 1 spell.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And I don't draw on the first turn.
That's right.
There's too many rule systems in my head. You ever feel that way? I feel that way constantly.
Oh, okay. Sick.
All right.
That's a good one.
I will tap my spell slinger to play a wasteland.
Wait, hold on. I gotta do the mulligans on that.
Ignore it. Critical information has been shared. Zach's playing fire. And we were all shocked. Oh, you know what I did? I did this mat wrong, Jonathan. Because I lined it up on the line in the center. Hold on, let me fix it. It's not supposed to be centered. It's the center of this line that's the center.
Right.
Now we're cooking.
Well, it's a big question whether you hold on to Poison Nova or not.
I act like I didn't hear that.
You also gotta wonder on. I'm gonna follow my worst instincts here. All right, well, mulligan. This is a very wild decision. God, what a good decision, dude. Whew. So smart.
He's a big brain player. I'm going to tap and play this wasteland.
Great. Good job.
Yep.
Start of my turn.
Good job.
I'm going to draw a sight. Okay.
Stephen, don't you have pretty stringent sight drawing rules for yourself?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it depends on the hand for sure. I said, yep. What a concept. I guess it really just depends on what's coming up next. Over to you.
All right, let's draw a sight.
That's just basic.
Yeah, basic. Sorry, Valley. Yeah, Earth.
Let's tap and play. Dark Tower. I'm gonna play Apprentice Wizard.
Oh,
And draw a card.
cool.
And then over to you.
4 out of 7. If 4 cards out of 7, what's the percentage of drawing 1? It's pretty good. Like 60 some odd percent. Maybe 70. 50.
4 divided by 7, right? It's like 58% or something.
58. Okay, so about 60. Start of the turn, I will draw a sight.
I think it's 57%.
It was a 0% according to mine.
Yeah. I could have just done this. Yeah, 57%.
57%.
Does it feel like it should be more than that, right?
Yeah.
Math's weird.
Watchtower, can do nothing there. And get rid of stealth, but we don't care.
And this is when it plays or all the time?
All the time.
What does it say?
Enemy units atop nearby sites permanently lose stealth.
It's that.
But
It's not Genesis.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what I needed.
And then we'll detonate with stealth there.
Don't love it. Okay, so here's a question for those at home. Stealth. I can't target that thing.
Can't target it.
Yeah.
You can target its sight, though.
Draw a sight. Can target its sight. Well, this is interesting. Let's tap and play. Holy Ground? It's a bummer,
Yeah, it is a bummer.
but here we are. Then I will play a Land Surveyor
Whee!
Draw sight. And pass to you.
Okay.
Somebody wants to
Got it.
What else
Man, it's a
gonna
big-
roll me?
Big freaking question.
It's in my brain.
Say what you will. It's a catchy song.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It spanned generations.
I don't even want to know when the song came out right now. That'd be.
I was in middle school.
I now know. Late 90s.
Yeah.
Which was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of sight.
We're at the point where episode 1 of Star Wars came out longer ago than Star Wars originally came out when episode 1 came out. Like when I was a kid seeing episode 1, it was like Star Wars is so old. Kids today would be saying the same thing about all the Star Wars I was a kid when they came out. Yeah. Hey, looky there.
Testing the theory.
Settling.
Man. Mine?
Yeah.
We got to deal with that. Hasta pronto.
Well, if that's the feeling, then it's a great card. You know, that's what everyone's down on Frontier but you gotta like lightning bolt it, then that's great.
I don't know if you got to lightning bolt it. I don't know that I would lightning bolt it.
I would.
Okay. I will attempt to attack this site.
Interesting.
Protein power hour, Steven.
What flavor did you get there? That's peanut butter jelly.
You can see from a distance it's PB&J.
I'm not gonna do that because you have a desert. It's like obvious. So no, it's fine.
I call that a win-win scenario.
Well, there's no reason you do that unless you're gonna kill that Detonite Demon. I'd probably rather my avatar just kill your Land Surveyor.
Let's play Spire. Let's play a Skirmishers of
Me.
and pass to you. So let me just run this card down for a second. Ranged. During a basic movement, I may perform a range strike from any location along the path. So if I moved here, I could
It's been errated.
Yeah, how does it work?
I think it's after you enter a site, you can do a range strike after resolving the attack.
So I can move here and attack,
Mm-hmm.
and then also do a range for 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good.
I think they stopped where you could do the ranged and then move. I don't know that for sure, but they had some ideas.
Courage.
Okay, let's draw. Spell.
He's about to be ramping.
What's funny right here, I have 1 desert in my deck, and if Frontier Settlers hits that desert here and I ping you for 1 and then kill you with the demon, that's very good. So no.
How many sites did you mulligan?
1.
So there's like X number of deserts divided by
Let's see what happens.
8.
Reveal and play your topmost. A Spire. Just a straight up.
And
Air
doesn't he
site.
move there or something?
Yeah, he'll move there and lose his ability. And let's see if I want it here or up there. So I want to connect the dots.
Desert there would have been good.
Desert would have been busted.
Yeah. I should have probably factored for that. Because even if you just have a desert in hand, that's very good for you.
Yeah. Is that right? I suppose that's right. Suppose that's right. Okay. Next up. What are we up to? We get to 5. I think that's the next step.
Bad Brock asking about how you feel about Sorcery's board states, where there's cards on top of cards. I'm not uncomfortable about it. I think the boards build slowly enough. When you're in it, I can imagine if you just tuned into this game right now, this is like a lot of information to take in. But as a participant in playing in it, it's very what does cerebral mean? I keep using it. I don't know what it means.
Like a lot of mental RAM.
Engaging with the very visceral part of your logic center in the brain.
Like
devoid of emotion.
That's probably not cerebral then. When I'm in it, I feel like I'm a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that I'm not actually remembering, but I know this was here, this is here, this is how it was built. I don't know how to explain that. It's like when you play Netrunner, you feel like you're in cyberspace to a degree.
Right, right.
There's a presence to this that I feel like I'm a part of the landscape.
I've got to ask some real questions here, Bun. It's just like, there are ways to win. There are ways to win. Are these the ways? What do you have in your hand?
All the good cards.
This is why we do it, It's just a fascinating situation.
Steven's really thinking when he's completely off camera.
Yeah, he's like...
That's right.
He's going to his thinking corner. Thinking with Steven.
What's up? I do feel like I kind of wanted...
Stewing with Steven. I was going to say, there's got to be a...
Stewing with Steven.
Stewing with Steven's pretty good.
Stewing with Steven is good.
Especially if he's making a stew while he's doing it.
Go back to the cooking show idea.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Man, some stew right now, because there's a little cold in here.
Yeah. It's definitely... It went back to chili weather. Like the food chili. Not the... I guess that works too. Hello.
I think I need to get skirmishers off the board.
I think I'm going to try to convince Serena to make her chili one more time before it's summer officially.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Can you get them off the board?
I think I can. I actually don't remember the rules.
I find myself feeling that way all the time. Just play cards and look at your opponent's face and see if they're like looking weird. Like, is he doing something he's not supposed to? Goblin Reserve. Hello, beautiful humans. Hope you're well. I hope you're well. I am well.
Yeah, so I could do it. It's ugly though. It's really an ugly thing that I would be doing.
It's a time for choosing.
It's like a really ugly. But I feel like this is like an absolute powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you probably followed up with like an Amazon Warriors, and then it's like, okay, we're fine, right? That's okay. All right, we're going to do it because it is, as I said, is very ugly. Because you can block skirmishers with the Apprentice Wizard. I've got stealth, but if I swing in with stealth, then I die. And you're still not dead. And I have no way to give that thing +1. But I've got ways to do weird things. For instance, Spellslinger is going to attack your Land Surveyor.
Yeah, we'll allow it.
Take 1.
Call me in the morning.
Then Dead of Night Demon will swing into your skirmishers, and then Spellslinger will drop a shot into your skirmishers, striking them for 1, for a total of 3 damage.
That was weird.
That's right.
That was weird.
And I'll pass you.
I agree with you. That was weird. All right. Well, let's draw from this whole thing. Oops. tap our Spellslinger.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go ahead and Dazzle it and take that guy off.
Just go ahead and get that one done.
Yeah, just don't need him around.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll play a Lumbering Giant here.
Okay.
And then I'll pass to you.
All right. Can't defend or intercept.
No, but he sure can swing.
Look at you go.
He was swinging.
Let's draw a card. An old-fashioned card. Life is a resource, right?
Life is a resource.
Yeah, I'm going.
The game grabs you and it pulls you in. And you don't realize that you're just sitting there saying nothing.
You got 3 cards? 1 side?
3 spells, 1 sight, yeah. Goblin Reserve. Little Charlie. She's as pretty as the angels when they sing. David asking if we're coming to Gen Con. One of us is. It's me.
Hi.
Are you going to be at Gen Con? Mr. Floating Skull? The Floating Skull?
Mr. Skull?
Mr. Skull.
Mr. Skull is my father.
That's an interesting turn of events.
Okay. We're going to go here. We're going to play...
This is going to be confusing. I'm going to put a red sleeve on mine.
Okay.
Our avatars are too close for comfort.
A bonfire back here. Doesn't do anything that matters. And then I'll just Poison Nova. Kill everything around us.
Oh, I need a minute.
Yeah.
I need a minute to sit with that one.
Yeah.
You're just playing a control deck.
Well,
what is this?
I don't know.
Over to me.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing's on the board.
Nothing's on the board. We're starting over.
What have we done? How many? What do you have?
I have 2 cards.
2 spells, 2 sights?
2 spells, 2 sides.
Fascinating. I have to decide what I'm drawing. I'll draw a card. It's interesting. Let's tap here and draw some. Okay.
Life is a byway. Dude, these protein bars are great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to disagree with Julian.
You don't like them?
She didn't not like them. She gave them a 6.5 out of 10 stars.
What? How can they get better?
I don't know.
What's your preferred?
Peanut Butter Quest. But it's dubious. Well, sometimes you just don't have what you want. You know what I mean?
But if you try sometime.
I'm going to play a Violent here and do 2 to your avatar.
Okay.
It's not ideal. But we will deal with it. Pass to you.
Okay.
Squire Laps hand. Looking forward to my first Gen Con. Squire, what are you doing at Gen Con? And why are you going? I'm curious as a first timer.
Life is. Okay. We're going to Tap to draw site. We've all been there. And then, do you have more deserts? It's unlikely in a sealed pool that you would. It's unlikely. And then we'll do Dead of Night Demon here, and Belmont Longbowman here. 5 toads.
Why were you afraid of a desert?
I just didn't want an easy like dual violent desert situation. It's unlikely in sealed.
Gotcha.
It's unlikely in sealed.
Let's draw this.
A real card?
Yeah. Okay. It is interesting.
Steel Slime, that would be sick. We should have a call-in number.
Long time listener,
John or
first time
Jonathan
caller.
can like screen the calls.
Yeah,
We do a call-in show.
that's really what we've been waiting on.
That's the live streaming thing that people would like.
You tell me.
Right?
Would you like it? Oh, Steven. This is hard.
Good. That means we're both bad or we're both good. I know I'm not good. I think I'm above average.
He's humble too.
I think I'm above. I mean, you can't. Heaven forbid, if you've played 20 plus years of every card game under the sun and you still don't get it, there's not much for you.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like what I'm about to do.
Yeah, that's how I felt about the grapple shot. Truly, right?
So let's not.
Okay.
To do range, you have to stay where you're at.
Mm-hmm. That's our point.
The card I saw two of in your little pile of cards before we started.
I don't even know if I have it.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know. Could be this one card. I didn't need to ramp nearly as hard as I did.
You ramped hard.
I mean, we know I need to get to 7 eventually for the man,
The king.
the king, but I don't know if I'm gonna have one wasted side as I was digging for earth. 3 threshold is tough in sealed. That is tough.
Okay, I think I know what I have to do. I just don't know if I have the strength to do
I
it.
think you do.
I am going to leap attack.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to go here and do 2 to everything there.
Okay.
Then I'm going to tap. We're going to play a desert.
You did have a
Do
desert.
1 to everything there.
Very good.
Then I'm going to swing here for 2. And I've got 2 floating. And I'll
That's good.
pass.
Yeah, very cool.
Sort of like my, it's not as good, but it's like my skirmishers. If I let the longbowman just hang around,
Yeah, it could be a
it'll eventually be a big problem.
be a problem. Big reputation. Okay, let's draw a spell. I'm a real spell.
David said every caller is going to be like, hey, do you know when the Netrunner tokens are going to be back in stock? Hey, do you know where I can get an old Arkham Investigator board? That is a Discord Insiders comedy bit right there.
Okay, well, I guess the question is where you would want to be. I can definitely, yeah, okay. That's solid. Good news. Bears, I guess. Okay, let's go. Wait. I'm not sure the placement matters terribly much. Let's go here for Lone Tower. And then we'll do 7 here. And swing in for 5.
Lord.
And then I'll also swing for 2 here. Dropping stealth. Go ahead and put you on the clock there.
That's the problem. Okay.
Yep. Erik?
I suppose that's a 5, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a 5 on it.
I figure I should try to get out of like range of incinerate and stuff, weird stuff like that. So I went ahead and just went as far from your avatar as possible. I think that's the right call.
How many spells do you have in your hand?
1.
Okay. Swing for 2.
I'll be taking that one. Woo! Must have something coming in. That play makes no sense otherwise. You're trying to cut off my... Well, I don't know what you're doing. We'll see. I feel a little surrounded, kind of like you're in my space.
Let's go with brown bears here.
The Bears.
The bears. We're gonna go.
Bats come and try to snatch my crops.
I don't know. That's where I want them. It's close.
Bats come and try to snatch my
I gotta put
bats.
the bats up there. Over to you.
These bats want to burn my house down. Let's get a real card. Call a spell in the business.
A real card.
Mm-hmm. Call a spell in the biz. Okay. I've got a big thing. You're either gonna try to brown bears. You can't really block. That's the problem with. I'll get 5 damage, and then you have to have a brown bears take it off the board, and whatnot. Play unless you're just willing to lose the brown bears and not take 5 damage, which, if that's what you're into, okay. Is there a third way?
There's always a third way.
Not always, Not always.
I'm an optimist.
What would the third way be here? I think I'm just going to be taking 4 from the bats. Almost certainly. How many are those real cards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2. One of them is a good one. Almost certainly. Oh, if you have another desert that you draw, that would just be very not common at all. You could have like a heat ray situation. Sure. I'll swing for 5 here.
Take 5.
Okay. So now it gets interesting. And then we could trade bats for bats. Bats for bats. Let's swing 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play side here and make a guy. If you hadn't surrounded me, I'd like to make a guy somewhere else, but
here we are.
The guy shall stand.
Which of the guy ones is that?
Just a foot soldier.
It's the rustic village, technically.
Rustic. Okay.
They're all more or less the same.
Just want to pop the right card.
And then, and now eternity. I'm at 12. 8. So you could do 8 more. Taking me down to 4. Can I threaten Death's Door if you do that? Yes, I can.
My most like heinous play.
I don't want to stack the bats.
Well, I'm with it.
And then I could disappear, run far, far away. Let's go Bartholomew Bats here.
Bartholomew Bats. All right, over me?
Yeah, already.
Let's draw a real one. That's interesting.
That's the kind of game I like. See, this is the no digital interface of gaming. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If I'd had a blink there, it would have been absolutely back-breaking. Would have just eaten some brown bear to call it a day.
The chance we took.
Well, you didn't know I had it, actually. Actually. I don't know why people would not love limited sorcery. It's like it's the best limited format on Earth, Zach.
On Earth, that's powerful.
On Earth, because so much of the game is outside of the cards that you have in your limited pool. It's movement, positioning, site placement. It's all of those things that you bring to the game without any packs being opened. Rather than just my 3 trades with your 4 kind of calculations that you do. It's so unbelievably good. So unbelievably good. I would do this forever. I probably will actually do this forever.
Here we are. Swing for 2 here.
Somebody wants my bats out of the way. I'll take 2. I like my race better than yours. It just depends on what you can do. You know, can you actually do it?
Swing for 4 here.
Oh, I don't know about that one. That one's different, man.
It is.
I mean, you have to assume the Klansman's gone. So then let's say you kill the Klansman. Can I still potentially Death Story you? I've got 3 on the board. 4 if I swing with the Spellslinger, 5, 6 with Dead of Night Demon. So if you spend a lot of time with the Klansman, I still door you, but I need the bats to do that. This is the part of the game that's tough. I will take There's just so many blowout plays if I don't block this. I will take the 4.
If you don't, or if you do.
If I don't. And if I do, but it's really tough. Put my hands up.
Oh.
Playing my song, Butterflies Fly Away. Nodding my head like, yeah.
Yeah.
Moving my hips like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I have asserted dominance in the octagon here. Just popping that spell slinger right in the middle of the board.
Yeah, I don't like what's going on. All right. I'm going to play Amazon Warriors here.
Oh!
And then I'll draw a sight. Past you.
Okay. Well, that was less bad than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Do you want to swing at the Palaberry Bats?
No, I don't. Basically, hypothetically right now, I can block your Clansmen no matter where they attack.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm going to get you to that store next round, it won't be close.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a blocker.
Okay. Let's think about this. Got it. Okay. Smart stuff has to happen. Start of the turn. Let's draw a card. We got I figured our stuff out. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. I got the beats in Oaxaca. I'm currently at 7. Okay. And then you're here and here and here. Okay. I can't play anything that direction. Okay. There are good ways to do this. That's why I'm having to think about it so much. And there are bad ways to do it. That's the inevitable problem. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've surrounded me so much that it's
confusing,
ridiculous.
Mystic, that's one of my favorite curios in all of Sorcery. The Avatarverse sketch. The sketch curios are very good.
Okay. We are going to... That bats is actually a pretty good situation.
For me?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying, and this is where I tend to get too clever for no reason. Not no reason, but kind of thinking about this and then 2. I just think that's so strong, dude. I really think it's so strong. Let's see if it works. I'm going to swing here for 5.
I will block it with the bats.
You got it. Then I will play King of the Realm. We'll swing here into the brown bears.
Oh, it hurts my whole body. What?
We'll swing 2 with the Foot Soldier, 2 with Detonite, and 2 with the Palaberry Bats.
Oh, Death's Door. What? What is this?
Then I will draw. No, I'll go ahead and just play a sight.
That is bad news, Bears.
I'll draw a sight. Are you?
I'm reeling. What if you lose him? Do you still have my warriors?
Mm-mm.
So he's got to go.
I'll still be tapped, but
Man, oh man, my oh my.
turns out it is a bomb card in sealed.
Wow. I play Immortal, and then you're just like,
Amazon Warriors was the best. You were playing all just like forest trash, and then you finally played dudes.
and you kinged me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. That is unbelievable. If something
Got your
has
attention.
airborne, you can't hit it.
You can't attack it unless you have airborne as well, yeah. But you can block it if it's attacking.
Okay. I'm gonna cast your king into exile.
Is that shuffling back in?
Yeah.
These are now yours again. You can tap them this way.
I'm gonna give them.
Does it shuffle my deck or at the bottom?
Into your deck. This doesn't really matter. I'm gonna give my violent flight with power of flight. Draw a card.
Okay.
So 4, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's for you, chat.
Let's move here. Let's play Sirocco Scorpions.
Mm.
Let's swing here for 2.
Take it.
Over to you.
Stand them up. Well, Jack, unless you have a Valor in hand, I guess even then it wouldn't really matter, would it? I guess I'll draw a card. We'll just see how weird you are. Swing in at your Spellslinger for the game.
What?
Swing for the game.
Game. Oh, it hurts everywhere. I had this Goshwit helmet that I wanted to play at the end, and then if you only have one thing at a time that's getting to me, I can dodge for a second, but it's not good enough.
If it made you feel better, I had Blink here, and then I also drew into Heat Ray this turn.
Yeah,
so
it's all bad.
yeah,
You had like 7 ways to
it was
kill me.
every way. Yeah. Didn't need the critical strikes, I guess.
Yeah, he dunked on me.
So that to me is like the definition of why bomb cards are talked about in Limited. That's a card that like my old brain would probably not have played. It's like it's too conditional. It's too hard. 3 threshold. I had to dig for Earth Sights to find it. I had an opening hand. And that's why I was nervous. I didn't want to do that Poison Nova because I'm like, dude, if I can build up and take those Skirmishers and Land Surveyor and Apprentice Wizard.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have lived that long.
Those Highland Clansmen were insane too.
Yeah, ramping into those.
I did not have a good answer. I drew the Amazon Warriors the turn I played it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't have an answer. I technically could have played the Bears and the Bats in a position. The problem is I couldn't play it in a position where they could both block.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you could attack.
Yeah.
So it was kind of impossible. And then the King was just next level, like Game Ender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that let you clear and do the damage.
Yeah, King good.
And it get +1 all your stuff. Like that was a crazy turn.
That was very fun. Yeah.
And it was like perfect math to get me to Death's Door too. So like, kudos to the King. All hail the King. Good stuff, man. Sorcery's so fun.
Oh my gosh, this game.
Sorcery is so fun.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh
And this was
gosh.
sealed pools, which is crazy.
Like that's the 6 packs, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, and that was our 2 Arthurian Legends, 4 beta. I could do this forever.
Oh, it's really frustrating because you can do it forever, truly can. And we've got Gothic on the way at some point this year, assuming.
And Dragonlord.
Everyone's saying maybe it's next year. But I think they're just tempering expert. I think that's good.
It is probably good to think that. I actually know not the answer to this question or the speculation. I will be shocked if it's not in Q4 this year.
Yeah. If you have a year to do it, you kind of have to do it, right? Like that would be a pretty big miss.
Like a 2-3 month, like a couple month delay for Sorcery hurts less than most games.
I guess that's true.
It feels, you go either way. Like because it's a year, either you have a bunch of people that are patient already. And so, Sorcery players already waiting a year. So what's 14 months as an example?
It's like a ratio thing.
Yeah, but when you've been playing in like a competitive tournament meta of a standard game for 3 months and you've been, jamming out, not having new stuff come out feels like a bigger bummer. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. It is also there's also the psychology of it. Like you have one thing a year. If you can't nail the one thing a year, confidence probably goes down.
I guess the thing is like, if Gothic comes out in October or February, do I buy any less of it? And if it comes out and it's amazing, does it matter?
Yeah, maybe so, but that's kind of, that's not how the internet works.
I mean, the internet will be upset for a while, but when it actually hits...
I think if it wasn't for the insane tariff shuffle that happened out of nowhere, and we all know that that Erik has worked super hard with that factory in China to get all of the coloring right and the foiling right, that actually I think gives them plenty of leeway to be like, everything is thrown off by this, because they actually are impacted very dramatically by it.
Yeah.
A lot of these producers using Cardamundi in Belgium or in the US and stuff, it's like it's not a big deal for other TCGs, but for Erik it very much is.
Yeah, and I know it's having an impact on people, but hopefully they can navigate it. Like I said, I will be surprised if we don't have Gothic this year.
Okay, I'll amend to follow what you're saying. I think if a delay is announced, there will be a giant amount of kerfluffling.
Absolutely.
As expected.
Yeah.
But I think even the people who said never again or I'm out or whatever, once they see Gothic, I think will buy as much or more than they even were considering at the beginning.
Yeah, and that just kind of comes back to, and I love this approach of, we're going to make an incredible set of the game.
The end.
People will want it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned as a player, like they can take whatever time they need, just make it great.
Yeah.
It could take 3 more years before we get to the next set, and I will still be online. I know that's not true for everybody, and there is drift from that in terms of just total engagement. But at the same time, if it's great, it's great.
If it's great, it's great.
Same with the TV show. Like I don't know if you're watching Andor or not. It's been several years.
I'm not watching Andor, but I'll get to it.
It's
great.
You know when you're interacting with something, and you know it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I loved season 1.
Yeah.
Season 2.
No. Really?
It's unbelievably good.
Seriously? Better than 1? Like it's even in the conversation that it might be better than 1?
So, one of the key differences, and this is now that we're in the Andor review segment of the show.
I haven't seen it, so don't,
I'm not going to spoil anything, but the season is 12 episodes, the second season, and it's broken up into groups of 3 episodes, and there's a year between each group of 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, that's cool.
Structurally, that's how they did it.
It's very cool.
Like when they very first announced Andor a long time ago, it was supposed to be 5 seasons, and I think it was because they were going to do 1 season per year.
Okay.
But they did the first season, and it was like, there's no way we can do this for 5 seasons.
Yeah, thank goodness they said that.
Yeah, I agree. So, anyways, because of that, because everything is in motion and set up, and all the characters and whatnot, and because there's a year time gap in between these episodes is really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Because you kind of have to get to tell a 3-episode arc that puts characters in a new space, and then come back and things have progressed past that point.
Yeah, that is nice. So you kind of get like essentially what a montage usually acts like in a movie.
Yeah.
But it's just unseen.
Yeah.
You just kind of figure out what happens.
We're almost getting like movies, right? It's like you have a movie and it's a year later, and a movie
That's
a year
true.
later,
Yeah,
a year later, about time-wise. But it's weekly.
Wow.
It's like, here's 3 episodes, here's 3. Anyways, it's just very from start to finish, well done, in my opinion. And this is coming from a very low spot in Star Wars for me.
Yeah, but Andor was always kind of the shining light.
Yeah, it sure was. And
It's
Rogue
like-
One, sorry.
Okay, we can make things that aren't derivative. Very cool.
Hey, it's Sean with Sorcery. Before we get out of here, hey, Sean.
These, Sean.
Be Sean. Sean Burgundy.
All right, everybody. Thanks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing. Thanks for still doing this whole thing. 5 years running. 6 years.
Streams.
Yeah.
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 It's crazy. That was 5 years ago.
We get a chance to just play games that we love and support publishers that we love as well. So thanks for being here, and we'll see more of you next week, I hope. Take care.